Hello there. Oh, it's so wonderful to see you. My name is Hideyo Noguchi. I lived a very, very long time ago, but wow, I see bits and pieces of my work all over your incredible world. It's amazing. And guess what? I've come back just for you so I can share my story.
Hey, take a look at this. Do I look familiar? You might have seen my face on a 1,000 yen bill from Japan. Pretty cool, huh? Listen, for the next little while, how about you and I become best friends? Yeah? Fantastic. Because I have such an incredible adventure of a story to tell you.
So I bet you're thinking, wait a minute. How does a little boy from a tiny village with a hand that was so badly burned he couldn't even move his fingers end up on money and as a famous scientist? It's a great question, and it all started a long, long time ago.
You see, my story doesn't begin with trophies or big discoveries. Nope. It started with a really bad accident and a dream that was literally born from fire. Right here. This was my home. I grew up in a very small village in Japan. My family were farmers, and we didn't have much. Then, when I was just a tiny little boy, something awful happened. I fell into the fireplace in our house. It was called an irori. And just like that, in one scary second, everything changed for me. The fire, it burned my left hand so badly that all my fingers were stuck together. But you know what's amazing? That terrible, awful thing, it was actually the start of something new. Years went by, and my wonderful teacher and my friends, they all chipped in and raised money for me to see a doctor. This amazing doctor, his name was Kanai Watanabe, performed what felt like a miracle. He operated on my hand, and I could move my thumb again. I could use my hand. And right then, a huge dream sparked inside me. I knew what I had to do. I wanted to become a doctor, to help people just like he had helped me. So, with this brand new dream burning inside me, I knew I couldn't stay in my little village. I had to go to the big city, to Tokyo, to study and learn. But before I left, I made a promise. A really, really serious one. I actually took out a knife, and I carved these words right into a wooden pillar in my house. It said, "If I do not achieve my goal, I will never set foot here again." Whoa, right? It was my promise to myself, to my mother, to everyone. It meant I had to keep going. I could never, ever, ever give up. Sometimes people would call me a genius. But listen, I'll tell you my real secret. It wasn't about being the smartest person in the room. For me, being a genius just meant you had to be willing to work 3 or 4 or even 5 times harder than everybody else. It was all about curiosity and just not quitting. And you know what? All that hard work, it really paid off. I passed my big medical exams when I was just 20 years old. Then, I got on a boat and sailed all the way across the ocean to America, looking for even more to learn. And before I knew it, I was working at one of the most famous labs in the world, the Rockefeller Institute. Can you believe it? That little boy from the tiny village in Japan was now a scientist in the giant city of New York. Okay, so this is where my work became the biggest, most exciting adventure you can imagine. I wasn't climbing mountains or sailing seas. I was exploring an invisible world. I became a hunter of tiny, invisible monsters. The official word for what I did is a bacteriologist. Whoa, that's a mouthful, isn't it? But really, all it means is that I studied bacteria, those teeny tiny living things you can't see. So yeah, you can just think of me as a germ detective. My microscope was my magnifying glass, and I was on the case, solving the biggest mysteries of what makes people sick. And these were some of the invisible monsters I took on. Each one was a different puzzle, a big, tricky mystery. I had to figure out their secrets, how they worked, how they spread, so that we could figure out how to stop them. My big mission was always the same, to use science to make the world a safer, healthier place for everybody. All of my adventures, all of my detective work, it all led me to one last great quest. It took me all the way to Africa, where I was going to face my most dangerous, invisible monster yet. I traveled to a city called Accra. It's in a country that's now called Ghana. My mission? To finally, once and for all, solve the puzzle of yellow fever. I worked constantly, day and night, in my lab. I felt so close to finding the answer. But then, the invisible monster I was hunting, it found me first. I got sick. I caught yellow fever myself. And as my life was ending, the very last thing I said was, "I don't understand." And you know what? That's okay. It's okay not to have all the answers. The most important thing is that you never ever stop asking questions. Never stop being curious.
But wait, my death wasn't the end of my story. Not even close. In a way, that's when my story really started. That's when it became a story for the whole world. A story for you.
Just look at this. Can you believe it? In that same city in Africa where my journey ended, they named a street after me. How amazing is that? It just shows you, when you spend your life trying to help other people, they'll remember you. They really will.
And get this, they even made a special prize with my name on it, the Hideyo Noguchi Africa Prize. It's given to other scientists, new germ detectives, who are fighting those invisible monsters in Africa today. So my hunt, my mission, it continues. It's being shared with so many other amazing people.
And hey, remember that little house where I grew up? The one where I fell into the fireplace? Well, it's still standing. And today, it's a museum. It's a place where friends just like you can come and visit and see for yourself that even the smallest, humblest beginning can lead to the greatest adventure of a lifetime.
So, my friend, that's my story. It's come to an end. But yours? Yours is just beginning. So I want you to take all of your curiosity, your ability to never give up, your incredible imagination, and your willingness to work hard, and think, what amazing story are you going to write? What will you do to make this world an even better place? I, for one, can't wait to find out.